The first time I met Eric Mangini, it was at a National Football Foundation Scholar Athlete Night. And now he's gone on, as you all know, to great things in professional football.
One thing that I learned from another Wesleyan alumni, Coach Belichick, when we were there, he said it one day in a squad meeting, and I thought that there was great truth to this. He said, with leadership, everybody has a capacity to lead, and it doesn't mean that you have to be the flag bearer. It doesn't mean that you have to give the speeches in front of the team, but we all have the capacity to lead. And that's any way that fits your personality. And for us in the building, we talk about the same thing. So it may be in the weight room, it may be with sprints after practice, it may be in the classroom, but everybody has the capacity to lead and everybody has to take that opportunity to do that. And we spend a lot of time working with our players on that. Everything I've ever read, any study, any papers about successful people it comes back to their ability to focus on the moment. And we can't do anything about what happened yesterday. We can't do anything about what's going to happen tomorrow. But what we can do is focus on the moment we have, the tasks that we're working on right now. And that's like a bank account. You keep putting those moments into the account, and eventually you're very successful. I'm very interactive in my meetings. And when I talk about certain things, whether it's core values or core characteristics of the game plan, then I call on people. And it took the players a long time to figure that out. I probably learned it from my, I think it was Chinese history class at Wesleyan, where I hated showing up at class where he'd call on me and I didn't know the answer. But I go through and ask questions, and I want to know if they know, and I want everybody around them to know whether or not that person knows. And that builds trust in your teammate, but the flip side of that is you have to be trustworthy. So when you're called on, you've got to have the right answer. And if you trust the guy next to you to do their job, and you do your job, and you're trustworthy in that, then good things happen. We do a lot of work on this, and I drive the personnel guys crazy because they'll come in, they'll tell me about a guy's 40, they'll tell me about his broad jump, they'll tell me about how many tackles we had, and I don't really care about that. I don't care about the player until you can tell me about the person, because I know that one guy is going to affect 5 guys in the locker room, either positively or negatively. And we have a set criteria that we look for. So the core values is how you operate as a Brown. The core characteristics is whether or not you're going to become a Brown. And it's up in our draft room, it's up in our free agency room, and everybody in the building can recite them. It's smart, tough, hardworking, competitive, guys that are selfless, and guys that football is truly important to. And if they meet those core characteristics, then they get a green sticker, and they're our type of guy. And what I've found is that character sets the ceiling, and talent sets the floor. I think the greatest thing about my Wesleyan education or the experience was the people that I met.